Hey there guys, it's me Liz aka Isabelle Cheren. I'm just doing a very quick coffee vlog because I'm on my way to bed. And I meant to do this a lot earlier than now. But I got carried away with watching a film. Yes, I did. I got carried away with watching a film and getting lost in a love story that always ends up having a happy ending. Unlike reality, actually. Unlike reality. Because we all know how reality works. It's not quite like the fairy tale romances, but we still like to dream. Anyhow, I just thought I'd catch up and that, yes, I'm still around. As you know, the last, I think, 6 months I've been kind of like stood back a bit. Just doing other things in life. My cat died. She died a few weeks back now. So I'd spent a lot of my summer actually caring for her. So that was a huge blow to me. She actually died on me. She was hiding behind plants the 2 days before she died. And I kept moving her. She couldn't walk or anything and she wasn't eating. And the vet said to me, you need to stop feeding her because not to feed her and just give her little bits of water, which I did, and just make her comfortable. But on the day that she passed, she wanted to lie next to me while I was working. So she was on the dining room chair with me, next to me. And then when I finished work, I carried her to the sofa and lay her next to me. And I literally sat from 4:30 till about 9 o'clock that night. I did no dinner or anything. And I was just talking to her, and it's just so surreal because I was contemplating ringing the vet the next day because I thought it's time and I can't have her suffer. And about 9 o'clock, she kind of like climbed up on top of me. It was so bizarre. And she let out a cry and then lay down on me. And I thought, okay, she's going to sleep. That's good. And she actually passed away on me. And it was about 15-20 minutes before I realised that's what she'd done, because I was just stroking her, and I guess at a certain point I realised she wasn't moving. So yeah, it was. I felt honoured. That's going to sound strange, but I felt honoured that she chose to pass on me, because most animals tend to, I guess, hide away. But she didn't. But then I think she couldn't walk, so she didn't. But she just chose to do that. And I feel very touched that she did that. And I stayed with her all night. And then some friends came the next day and they buried her for me. So she's gone. I had about a week of really feeling loss and sadness. And then I just kept thinking, it's just so quiet here. It's just so quiet here. And rightly or wrongly, people might look at it differently. I just felt the need to give another animal a home. I just felt the need. I just couldn't be here on my own. And, I see all these animals in the RSPCA and everything. And I just can't live with that. Knowing that there's people like me that really care, and other people that just take their animals and dump them, or they have litters of kittens or litters of puppies and they just dump them. So I started looking, and about 2 weeks, I guess it was about 2 weeks after, I went to have a look at a kitten, and it was just the last kitten in the litter, so I thought, and I went, yeah, lovely, I'll take her home. And the lady on the farm was holding another kitten, and I said, oh, you've got another kitten? And she said, I can't let this one go. She's been to the vet and she's got disabilities. And I said, okay. And the vet had said to her that, she can't let the animal go because the cat needs to be an indoor cat, and so therefore it will never be able to fend for herself. And I just suddenly I don't know what come over me, but I'm glad I did it. I went, can I take her? And the woman cried, and she said no. She didn't think anybody would want to take her because she is disabled, and so she's going to require, care. And I said, no. I said, I can't separate two sisters. I can't take one kitten away and have that kitten there on their own. And I said I would be more than happy to take her. So she came home. Both of them came home. And the first few days were very frightened. I think they'd been removed from their mum too young because they were only 8 weeks old. And I guess in the last week and a bit, they've just climatized to me. And yeah, I absolutely adore the little things. They're naughty and they're loving and they're just so sweet. And I've called one Jazz and the other one I've called Little Bear. Now, Little Bear is the one that's disabled. She actually has most of her tail is gone. She was born with a stump of a tail. She was also born with folded legs. So she kind of resembles a bear. And that's why I called her Bear, because she's all black and fluffy. And when you see her coming, she just looks like a bear. She's also got unusual eyes that you can see that she's not 100% so-called, in inverted commas, normal. She has white whiskers on one side, and I thought, oh, she doesn't have whiskers on the other side. In actual fact, she does. They're very thin black ones, so you couldn't see them. So she's an anomaly of her own and adorable. I've got an appointment for the vets, so the vet will see them on the 28th, and the vets are aware what's wrong with her. So we're going to discuss what we can do for her. As long as it's nothing painful, because I don't want to put a little kitten through that. But, if it's something that's going to help her, then prevent pain as she gets older, well, I'll see what they say. But yeah, so I am now mother of 2 kittens and I couldn't be more delighted. Do you know, I realised how much of an animal person I am. And I think I've always been an animal person. I don't believe there has ever been time in my life where I didn't have the presence of cats. And when I was young, there were dogs, but over time, dogs are not so easy to, work full time and all that. So I've always had cats, and I just believe they're like these precious souls that you connect with, and no matter what people that aren't animal lovers don't understand it, but I think animals are so cathartic and so loving and so important in the world. So it's just made me feel really happy to give them both a home and to be helping one. And in fact, if I could adopt more, I would. I really would. But I think there are limits. I think my landlady might have something to say. Other than that, I've been doing a lot of my TikToks. It's just so funny. I mean, I get free stuff all the time. I think I'm addicted to free stuff. Seriously. I'm addicted to free stuff, tangible goods that actually I use. So I don't need to buy toilet paper. I don't need to buy kitchen roll. I don't need to buy winter clothes this year because I've, managed to do my wardrobe through doing TikTok. Some of my Christmas gifts, TikTok. A lot of little things that I get from TikTok, and they're things I choose. I never choose the things that I wouldn't want to use or wouldn't want to give to someone. So I guess I'm a little bit different in that way. I just won't choose something just because it's going to make a lot of money, where other people will because it's a viral product. They want to make money. For me, it's actually quite a great financial help to my life in terms of me not having to buy this stuff. Am I making lots of money? No. Do you want to know what the thing that is viral for me, and I sell every single day, and I've made the company about £4,000 now, is freeze-dried sweets, freeze-dried candy. That is the most that I've sold. I've sold the odd dress, I've sold the odd jumper, I've sold the odd, other things, but I sell that every day. At least about 4 of those at the very least will be sold through my link. So I've made them a lot of money, and they keep sending me freeze-dried candy now, which it cracks me up. And the one video that they seem to buy it from has got over 101,000 views, and oh god, it's just surreal to think about. Whereas my average views, which is, they call it shadow ban, but I don't know how true that is, but my average views are about 200 to 300. which a lot of people are stuck in. So, and then I've also got, pheromone perfume spray that's gone a bit nuts and like, wow. But yeah, I'm enjoying doing it because it's something different and I get something tangible out of it. Unlike Second Life blogging, in Second Life blogging, I get to write and I enjoy writing. That's one of my big things. I love to write. If it's a thought that day or a poem or something, I love to write. So I get the free goods and then I write the background story that just goes with it in the blog. But the reality is, I have to somehow support my blog and all the things that I do because this costs money. So doing the TikTok is actually quite helpful. I'm actually making about, if I'm honest and I don't withdraw the money, about 70 to 80 pounds a week. Just passive income. So for me, and that's mostly freeze-dried sweets. Seriously. Freeze-dried sweets. But so I'm enjoying that. But yeah, I'm slowly getting back into doing videos again, and that'll start picking up now because winter's on its way. But yeah, I just wanted to catch up and say hey, and yeah, and that's all I've got to say now because I'm going to go to bed.